Rishi Sunak is hours away from being sworn in as Britain's third Prime Minister in 2 months. The former Chancellor represents an historic change in UK politics, becoming the first leader of Asian descent. He's also the first resident of Downing Street to be twice as rich as the King.
A hero's welcome for the next Prime Minister at Conservative Party headquarters. Maybe it was mixed with relief that the latest leadership convulsions were over.
It is the greatest privilege of my life to be able to serve the party I love and give back to the country I owe so much to.
With Boris Johnson already out of the race, the final challenger, Penny Mordaunt, fought on until the death knell, withdrawing only moments before MPs learned Sunak stood alone.
Rishi Sunak is therefore elected as leader of the Conservative Party.
The outgoing brief occupant of 10 Downing Street tweeted her support. At 42, Rishi Sunak is the youngest British Prime Minister in more than 2 centuries. Oxford educated, a career in finance. In many ways, the father of 2 represents the Tory establishment. But he is a significant break from the past. The first British Prime Minister of Indian background. The first who's a practising Hindu.
Yeah, it's a proud feeling as an Indian. I like him.
The fact that this is possible now in 2022 is a new thing in British politics that wouldn't have been the case even 10 years ago, and certainly not 20 years ago.
He's also likely to be the wealthiest person to call 10 Downing Street home. His wife, Akshata Murthy, is the daughter of one of India's richest men. The couple's net worth is put at more than 1.3 billion Australian dollars. Quite a rise for a man who only entered Parliament 7 years ago. His post-victory speech, like a heavily rehearsed campaign ad for a Prime Minister-elect who's yet to face a general election.
I pledge that I will serve you with integrity and humility, and I will work day in, day out to deliver for the British people. But
the British public is severely jaded by months of Tory infighting while the country suffers economic crises.
Which a laughing stock.
And as for Boris Johnson, despite his hints at another lunge at the leadership, one of those who worked closely with him says he's done.
It pains me to say, as someone, I spent a long time with, as an old friend, he's gone with very little grace. He's further destabilised the party, albeit briefly. And dare I say, I don't think he'll be back.
Nine's Euro correspondent Brett McLeod is at number 10 Downing Street tonight for us. Brett, what happens today in London?
Well, Peter, just over an hour's time, Liz Truss, the current Prime Minister, will step through that now revolving door at number 10 for the last time and head around the corner to Buckingham Palace, where she'll be greeted by the King. She'll formally hand over her resignation. A short time after that, Rishi Sunak will meet King Charles III to be sworn in as Britain's 57th Prime Minister. He'll return here to Downing Street to give a short speech, no doubt talking about stability, which is a tough thing to do when you're the third Prime Minister in 7 weeks.